Oh man, I have so much to say about this movie. Okay, so straight off the bat, man, I have so many mixed thoughts about this movie. It's taken me forever just to even sit down and think about what I'm going to say. And even now, I'm still not sure exactly how I feel 100% about this movie. This movie has given me so many mixed thoughts. Some aspects I really enjoy, but there are some choices that were made that really just feel like a slap in the face for, people who enjoy this movie, for fans of the Halloween franchise, fans of the previous installments, and fans of Michael Myers. There are some choices in here that were made that I think a lot of people would find very disrespectful and just a huge slap in the face to anybody who enjoys Michael Myers. So I will be going into spoilers. This movie's out, it's on theaters, but it's also on Peacock. I've had a really busy week, so I decided to go out and watch this movie on Peacock because it was more convenient. And with all the bad reviews I heard, I wasn't so sure if this movie was worth the money to go see in theaters. Now, I always prefer to go see it in theaters. Obviously it's a better experience, but with this movie, I kind of had no choice but to hurry up and watch it on Peacock because I was, really eager to see it. And this movie is I think I would say I still just don't like this movie. I don't think it's a good movie story-wise. I think the production's still there, the money, the acting is still very well all around. But I think it's just the bold choices that they've made that really brings this movie down for me. Now, getting into spoilers. Yes, this movie is really not so much about Michael Myers or Laurie Strode. It's about a whole new character named Corey Cunningham. And while I say I really enjoyed the character of Corey, I don't think this was the right movie, nor was it advertised the way it should be. The character of Corey and his whole story is very interesting, and the way it was played out in this movie is very well done, in my opinion. But this movie was marketed as the end of the Halloween trilogy, the Blumhouse trilogy, and the fact that they wanted to create a whole new story with a whole new character, and then by the end of this movie, that hour and a half that we got with this whole new character meant pretty much absolutely nothing. And really just the last 10 minutes of this movie was what we were advertised. I think a lot of people are going to be pissed off about that, including myself. I was very, very upset with the fact that they decided to push the whole Laurie versus Michael story towards the last 10 minutes of the movie and focus more on this Corey story. Apparently, Michael Myers, he's a curse, he's a virus, and that's one thing that I really like. He is the embodiment of pure evil. He's a shape. That's something I've always loved about Michael Myers, that he's more than human. He's a monster that plagues Haddonfield. I love that idea, and I love how they tried to do that with Corey. Once Corey meets Michael, you get this idea that, is Corey, has he always been a killer and Michael kind of just set him free? Or the fact that, maybe Michael infected Corey to become the new version of Michael Myers, which is something that we got to see throughout the movie once, Corey himself starts dressing up more like Michael Myers, and he even takes the mask. But I think that stuff is very interesting and unique, and it's a bold thing to do for your final chapter. But I think that's where they fucked up. This could have easily been a really good middle chapter, or I think this would have been a perfect middle chapter. But advertising this movie as the final confrontation between Michael and Laurie, I think is just a quick way to grab all our money, because they know that's what we want to see, and that's exactly what they barely gave us. So I don't know, I think that's crap, and that's just a way to get our money. So that's the only way where I don't feel bad about watching it on Peacock, because honestly, whatever, screw them. I don't. They should have advertised it from the start that this movie was about Corey. Yeah, that would have made a lot less money, and it would have got a lot of people pissed off. But I think, at least you were honest, and I would have known what I got myself into. Even though there are some times where I like surprises and not knowing exactly what I'm going to get myself into for a movie, but for this movie, I think everybody was expecting the final confrontation between Michael and Laurie. Now, I gotta say, Laurie is very enjoyable in this movie. I really enjoyed the Sarah Connor version of her from Halloween 2018, but even I will agree with the fact that she was still a bit overdramatic over something that happened 40 years ago. I wish the roles were reversed. I wish 2018's Halloween gave us this Laurie where she was more happy, more calm, and then once Halloween Kills came and her daughter dies, then for Halloween Ends, we get the Sarah Connor Laurie, where she's angry, she's more prepared, she's created the bunker for Michael. That to me would have made more sense if they just switched the roles. But for some reason, she just, now all of a sudden she wants to, move on from Michael after he just completely butchered her daughter. Sure, whatever, why not? Who cares? Yeah, and of course, the biggest part about this is Corey. I really enjoyed the character of Corey. I think the actor, I don't remember his name, but the poor guy's gonna get so much hate just for taking on a role. But yeah, I think he did a really good job at what he had to do. There was something about him and the face expressions that he made that made me sympathize for the character, but I wasn't like pushed into it. Like they weren't trying to make me feel bad for the character. There were times where he was standing up for himself. He was trying to be brave, and he was trying to just not look like just this sorry guy who just feels bad for himself 24/7. There was some sign that, yeah, from what happened at the beginning of the movie when the fucking kid gets fucking bashed, that he himself, he's trying to move on. It's the town that's constantly just beating up on him. But even then, like, I feel like he doesn't want people to feel sorry for him. He just wants to be left alone. And I really like that about that character. And of course, throughout the movie, once he gets infected by Michael, he just becomes this killer with some pretty fun kills, but at the same time, I don't know. I just couldn't really enjoy it too much when I knew it wasn't Michael. That's kind of a bit biased, but I really would have preferred Michael doing all those kills, because if we're here to talk about the worst part of this movie, I would say it's Michael Myers. I think they completely disrespected him, and just, again, for all the fans of Michael Myers, this was just a big fuck you, honestly, because they nailed the character in 2018 and Kills. Michael Myers was the best part about Halloween 2018, Halloween Kills, and Michael Myers is the worst part about Halloween Ends. Michael Myers gets bullied throughout this movie. He gets taken down, he gets beat up, he makes these weird fucking, I don't know what he's fucking reviving himself. I don't fucking understand some of the choices they made here with Michael Myers, where he is just letting Corey just absolutely tackle him, beat him up, take away his mask, and he fucking shivers away like a little fucking coward. And that's not the Michael Myers that I remember from Halloween Kills. Halloween Kills, he butchered like 10 people that were ganging up on him, and in this movie he is just a fucking bitch. That's really what it is. And that's easily the worst part about this, because anybody who came here to see Michael Myers just completely mess things up. No, we don't get that. We get to spend time with Corey Cunningham and Allison, I never really cared about Allison. I didn't find her interesting in Halloween 2018. I didn't find her interesting in Halloween Kills. And I felt nothing for her relationship with Corey. I understand what they were trying to go for, but throughout this movie, she was pissing me off. Honestly, some of the dumb mistakes she was making, some of those red flags from Corey, and the fact that she was just willing to leave Laurie for a guy that she just met for like a couple of days. I don't fucking know. And she just decided to completely abandon Laurie, who has been trying to be there and keep her safe for pretty much ever since she was born. And this fucking Corey guy comes and she just wants to abandon Haddonfield, which I understand. Leave Haddonfield. At that point, there's nothing for her besides Laurie. That I understand. But the fact that she's willing to run off with Corey and completely abandon Laurie, she was never a smart character to begin with, and I never really cared about her. But this movie really just made me piss. This movie just pissed me off. so much regarding her character, and by the end of the movie, I really had no interest in whether she lived or died. The kills, some of them are interesting, some of them are fun. I really enjoyed the idea of how anybody can become the next shape. You know, evil just changes shape. That's something that Laurie was typing in her little memoir, I think it was. And I love that idea. I think that's a really good idea for a Halloween movie. You can tell from the opening credits, this movie is different. You know, just the font of the credits. It's Halloween 3 Season of the Witch. It's literally them telling you, hey, we're going to try something new. We're telling you right now, this is a subtle hint. We are going to try something new. And that they did. They tried something new. To some people, it paid off. Some people love it because it's different. It's unique. I love the fact that it's different and unique. I think it's a great entry. But from what they were advertising for this being the finale, this being the final confrontation between Laurie and Michael, I think it's just, no, I don't think it's good. Nor do I think it was the beautiful farewell that we all wanted between these two characters. I mean, Jamie Lee Curtis, she has been, you know, with this franchise from the beginning, you know, 1978. And, you know, advertising this movie as this final conclusion of these 44 years that we've had them. I don't think it's a final farewell for her character. I don't think it's a good farewell for the actors, and I don't think it's, you know, the creative team creating a nice farewell to us, you know, for us fans who have been, you know, sticking there, especially the people who have been enjoying this franchise from the beginning. I really just got into Halloween just slightly before Halloween 2018 came out, and yeah, and this still pissed me off. So I can't even imagine the people that have been there since 1978. But yeah, this movie took some chances. The music is, for the most part, really enjoyable. I think this is probably the movie where we get the least of the Halloween soundtrack itself, or where at least it pops out the least. I think Halloween Kills and Halloween 2018 really did a really good job with the music. The music it's good, it's great, obviously, but I don't think it's as good, or it was utilized as well as the previous two installments. The good things about this movie, Laurie Strode, I find her enjoyable. The fact that they had the balls to try something new, I give them respect for that. I just don't think they should have done it for this movie. Stuff that I didn't like, really anything with Michael Myers. I think everything about Michael Myers in this movie, I absolutely hate. I hate the fact that he was just getting bullied around. I hate the fact that for some reason when he looks into Corey's eyes, it fucking does this montage. At the end, when we got the final showdown, it was very quickly. I mean, it was done very quickly, and Laurie Strode got the upper hand pretty quickly, and you're telling me that, like, from all the fucking abuse that Michael took back in Halloween Kills, Laurie Strode was able to beat him that quickly? Sure, he's old, whatever. I don't, they didn't give a fuck. This movie is fucking, holy crap. I feel like it doesn't piss me off as much as Halloween Kills does, but it just, I'm less pissed off and just more just shocked at the choices that they decided to make for this movie. I can't believe that they decided to make this bold move now at the end of this franchise, advertising what they advertise and then giving us this. This movie could have been a fun middle chapter, kind of like Season of the Witch. It was like an anthology where Michael Myers is sprinkled in, but obviously, you know, a story about Corey. But no, they didn't advertise it. They barely showed Corey in any of the fucking trailers, and then they wanted to give us this movie. For those people who liked it, dude, I am so glad you enjoyed it. Anybody who really loved this movie, I am so happy for you. I wanted to love this movie. I respect the fact that they tried something new, but I just can't say that I love this movie. Yeah, this movie wasn't. It was a bit heartbreaking, and it was a huge disappointment from what I was. Fucking cars. And it was it was just a huge disappointment for me. I don't know. Maybe one day I'll enjoy it more. Who knows? Maybe giving it a rewatch later. But yeah. I can't say to go see this movie in the theaters. I say just watch it on Peacock, see for yourself, and if you really enjoy it and you want to watch it a second time, just go see it in theaters again. I don't know. It's up to you. But yeah. Thanks for watching.